As you can see in the background, that's the quite artistic poster of the Suicide Squad movie that came out. That's pretty much divided critics and audience. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to be able to do a review on that quite yet. However, it did give me an idea when I was going through my box sets. I was just going to do like kind of like some of my favorite box sets review. Instead, I decided to do a series, and it starts now. Actually, right after this, basically, um, for the first part of my box set series, we're going to be looking at some of the Batman and Superman related box sets that I have, and there's some awesomeness coming up. Stay tuned. When I was growing up, comics was imperative for me. Uh, it wasn't just like something that I did every once in a while. I lived in a smaller area, and it was back before the time of like we didn't have like a cable TV. I'm serious, we had like one channel, and comics was my getaway from like just the normal everyday life. And I was epileptic, and I spent a lot of time in the hospital too. So it meant a lot to me when I was growing up. I read a lot of Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Mom's Space Knight. Actually, got me through some really rough times. But it's great to be able to like see exactly how far it's coming out, like exactly what we're seeing right now. Apparently, the Suicide Squad movie had a lot of pressure put on it right away. It had to do good because Batman versus Superman let down a lot of people. You guys have already seen my review. I enjoyed Batman versus Superman. Uh, I actually enjoyed the film quite a bit, although that being said, it's a very flawed film. So much more could have been done with it. That's that's my opinion on it anyway. I did enjoy the film. Do I? Can I understand why people would totally not enjoy Batman versus Superman? Completely. I completely understand it because they made so many mistakes in it, and it was so much missed opportunity. But what was there that was good was able to get me over like some of the sillier parts. Suicide Squad, I'm hoping, is going to be. I know it's done well in the box office. It couldn't help but do well in the box office the first week. Its marketing has been phenomenal. Uh, if nothing else, that marketing team needs to be given. Uh, all need to be given raises for what they've done with Suicide Squad. I don't know a lot of the story going in, but from what I've seen in the trailers, it does look like they're going to go with. And this is not a spoiler because I haven't seen the movie or I've read anything on it. The Nightshade Odyssey, that type of storyline. I really hope they don't though, because that's a really not a very good starting story for the Suicide Squad, in my opinion. Then again, that they may use that story and do something amazing with it. I have heard mixed reviews on Jared Leto, uh, but to be totally honest with you, I'm glad. I'm not a fan of the look of the Joker. You guys all know that. And although definitely has the weakest laugh of all the Jokers, say that much right now. But no, I get my favorites anyway. I'm hoping that the movie's going to be good. But that being said, that's not why you're here. You are here to see the box set. So here we go with the first part of my box set series. Uh, well, not including the Scream Factory and Arrow box sets I did before. So I am a huge superhero fan. So there's certain box sets that I had to have, and I'm going to start with like the one that's actually probably needs an upgrade. And you guys can tell me if there's anything that I'm missing by not having the Blu-ray edition of this. It's very inexpensive to buy the Blu-ray edition, I think. But right now I'm trying to save as much as I can. But I have the Batman the Motion Picture Anthology from 1989 to 1997. Now, there's no two ways about this. I graduated in 1989. I Hey! I'm gonna go skin my cat. Give it up. This is what it's like to be an owner of a cat. Ta-da. I could censor that in the video, but shag it. Uh, I went and saw the 1999 Batman with a broken leg, with a busted leg, anyway. Uh, I was took the bus up to Corner Brook, which was playing it at at a theater that no longer exists, and it was a magical time for me. Jack Nicholson was the Joker. There was no Michael Keaton was Batman, and I think what I liked about Michael Keaton's Batman, the thing that I really enjoyed about him that I have not yet, not in the modern films anyway, and I mean I think that Ben Affleck is going to knock it out of the park every which way. He is going to become basically. I think Ben Affleck is going to do what Christian Bale failed to do, and that's become a definitive Batman. No, I'm sorry, guys. Christian Bale really sucked as Batman. His voice was ridiculous. I love the movies. Don't get me wrong, the movie's fantastic. They're extremely well done. It took me a while to get used to them, but I wasn't the target audience for Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. That was for a more modern comic book audience that got into that. And it took me a while to get into it. I loved Christopher Nolan's work, and I do think the guy's slightly overrated. But they do the same thing with a lot of guys that do good work. Is that they'll overrate to the point where it makes me like really cringe when I hear their name again, because I know somebody's going to be like just saying the exact same or recycling things over and over again about them. Like you hear the same things about Christopher Nolan that you did about David Fincher, that you did about all these other guys, and it's not that they're bad directors, and they're definitely not bad directors. They're fantastic directors. It's just it gets tiring. I mean, yes, they're good, but and for me, Tim Burton was incredible, and that's this is it was a 4. Let me see that. So I think some of these are 2-disc ones. I think they're all 2-disc ones. So the original Batman's the one I saw originally. I saw all of these in theater, and there's some great features. Let's look on the back of that. I'm sure anybody that really wants this has it. But if you don't have it and you think that the Nolan place is the place to start with Batman, it really isn't. Start with the 1989 Batman and work your way up. Even if the Nolan ones are your favorite, there wouldn't be no Nolan ones if it wasn't for the start. The Jack Nicholson Joker is just iconic to me. I love the Jack Napier aspect of it. I kind of love the storyline where it was done. And the music was great in this. I like Prince. And I had the Prince soundtrack when I was growing up. When I was growing up, then I was actually... When you think you're grown up, and you're like 17 years old, and you think you're totally an adult now. Nothing else can faze you. Next up is the 2-disc edition of Batman Returns, and I really did like this movie. It got a bad rap. It's a very dark film, but it's a very good film. It is definitely, hands down, the definitive screen adaptation of modern-day screen adaptation of Catwoman. Forget Halle Berry or Anne Hathaway and stuff like that. Michelle Pfeiffer owns the role of Catwoman. She really does. Danny DeVito, made a fantastic Penguin, and he did a great job. Like, I don't think the Penguin can get any darker than he got right there. And I do like the fact that the modern day what they're doing with the Penguin now with the kind of with the English type of accent, and well, not in Gotham, but in in the video game series. God, what's wrong with midnight? So. Next up is the 2-disc edition of Batman Forever. This one's much maligned by a lot of people. Tommy Lee Jones is a fantastic actor. He does not do fantastic acting in this movie. He plays this off like it's the 1960s Batman, and it would have been fantastic if this was the 1960s Batman. But this is coming after the very dark Batman Returns. Batman Forever actually has Val Kilmer at his peak, so he actually does a very good job in this film. I didn't mind Chris O'Donnell. I liked certain aspects of Jim Carrey. There's certain times he could go over the top, but there's certain times he could bring a certain darkness to it. And I find that a lot of good comedians like Jim Carrey and Robin Williams, they can just channel this darkness. So when all this like crazy stuff and over the top stuff is going on the screen, you can still get almost this very dark feeling from Jim Carrey's Riddler. Like, watch it again. I mean, and people, talk about it over the top one, but then Look at how much it's been used and reused. The When I watched Batman versus Superman, for instance, I didn't see people were saying that Lex Luthor was like just like was being like Heath Ledger's Joker. He was nothing like Heath Ledger's Joker. He was exactly like the Riddler in Batman Returns, though, and probably because that's one of the characters that they had thought of for him. Here it comes, Batman and Robin. I saw this in theater. Actually, this is my son's very first film in the theater, so I have some very good memories about Batman and Robin. My son has no memories about Batman and Robin. He was way too young to have been seeing it in the theater then. He ran around the theater a lot, and after a while, he managed to sit down and like the colors. There's lots of colors in this one. Managed to like. This is not a good movie. I'm not even going to pretend this is a good movie, but because I love bad films, you guys know I'm going to have fun with it. There isn't one of the original Batman 4 that I don't really have fun with. I acknowledge the badness of some of them, and but for me, until Ben Affleck came along, Kevin Conroy was my like legit Batman, but my live action Batman has always been Michael Keaton. I was very disappointed because I'm a very big fan of Christian Bale, and when I got to see him play Batman in the films, I was very disappointed. Next up is actually, I think this may have been the first thing that my now better half ever gave to me. This was before we even dated or anything. We just knew each other, and came around Christmas time, and she came and she brought me a gift, and I should have known this was the perfect girl at this point, guys, because she got me this, and she knew I was a huge Superman fan. It was a hard find at the time to get. This one was around this period. It was very kind of expensive and it was hard to get. So I never expected to have this. This is still probably one of the favorite pieces that I have in my collection. And it's not the Blu-ray edition. I didn't upgrade to that. I heard some pretty not so great things about the Blu-ray edition of the Legacy set for Superman. Now you can let me know if that's correct or not, because I don't have it. I've seen it around stores, but I have heard some not so great. But there's no way I would ever give this up. Just look at it, guys. So you open it up, because here we go there. So we have the Ultimate Collector's Edition of Superman, and when it opens up like this, you got like this kind of booklet on the films, different pictures on different movies and that. There's even a Superman comic book in here. And it looks like, is that John Bogdanove? Kind of looks like John Bogdanove. Could be wrong. Who drew this? Kessel? Is it really Kessel? Carl Kessel. Oh, okay, well, I'm wrong there, guys. It was penciled by John Byrne. Yeah, Bogdanov's would have been like a longer chin, wouldn't it? If you're a comic book geek, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, I apologize for wasting that amount of time on trying to figure the artist of a... Right on there is Brandon Routh. The movie was coming out at the time, and we'll talk about my thoughts on Superman Returns in a minute. So it starts off with Superman, the movie. We have the second disc, third disc, special features. I think it has like the Fleischer Brothers cartoons on there. The fourth disc, because it's an epic set. So then we got Superman 2, special edition. I love Superman 2 actually. And we have Superman 2, special features. Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. Superman 3, saw that. Superman 4, there's Nuclear Man there. Superman Returns, special edition. Superman Returns, disc 2. There's the, you will believe, the like the Bryan Singer thing. But what I really love, this one right, this right here. Up, look up in the sky. I'm actually watched that tonight. I love that documentary. I haven't watched it in ages. And of course the Bryan Singer video journalist as well. And you can see Brandon Routh's Superman right there. So, how do I think? What do I think? Superman films. Might as well do that. We're going through the box sets. Superman 1 has the tagline, "You will believe a man can fly," and it succeeds in every way with that. Christopher Reeve made an amazing Superman. He actually was a guy that, in the long run, sadly, we'd find it through tragic reasons and through tragic happenings when he had his accident, that it wasn't just a character for him. The guy actually had that sort of strength to resolve there. You really believed in him, and you really believed that one day, I did anyway, growing up, that if anybody could have got past it, if anybody could get up and walk out and just do it, he'd do it. It was sad for me and for many people growing up around my age when he passed away. It was a rough time, and I've always always idolized the character Superman. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I've got a lot of Superman sort of like stuff in my my collection. I've had Superman birthday parties, even as an adult, and I've had 2 Superman cakes. And I'm very proud of that. Own your youth, keep it. The first Superman movie was amazing to me. It just blew me away. There was nothing like it at the time. But Superman 2 I liked even more, and that was, I did like the Lester cut. I did have fun with that movie. For me, it was a perfect Superman movie at the time. We got to see like real, like supervillains, and they gave Superman a run for his money. They really like took it to him. We got to see Lois Lane find out that Superman was Clark Kent just for the brief period of time when they got to be together, and that scene when I was a kid was so amazing with the fire, and she suddenly clicks and she realizes, and I love that. That's one thing that is missing. I like Man of Steel, but that's one thing that I found was missing in like Man of Steel. Like, I know she's a smart investigative journalist. I know it's really nice to have her not be in the dark that he's Clark Kent, but we miss that revelation because we don't get that journey with them. She just automatically knows. It's very lazy. It's so easy to say that. Okay, she's a smart and strong journalist. She's automatically going to know. It takes it takes a bunch of characterization and writing out of it. And as silly as those movies may seem to some people right now, there's a lot of heart in them. And I love those. Superman 3 was filmed partially in Alberta, where I lived at the time. So I have a soft spot for that. It's not a very good movie, and if you see the trailer, then you've seen almost the entire movie. There's a trailer right there for Superman 3 that pretty much tells the entire story. Literally, it really does. And still, I enjoyed it for what it was. Not a good movie. Superman 4 has a special place in my heart only because I saw that with my dad. It's a horrible film, but it was the first movie that I ever saw with my father, and like in a theater. So that's deeply important to me. That was the last one that Chris Reeve did. There is so much wrong with that movie's script. It's baffling that so much that flying into space with the girl and she can breathe and Nuclear Man and yet when he was on the screen, even though I was not into it, my dad was there, so it was pretty cool. Superman Returns. What do I think? I think he liked Superman way too much, the director, Bryan Singer. But Brandon Routh was the perfect choice, and he's still a better Superman than the Henry Cavill who we've got right now. Brandon Routh truly understood, and it is insane how much he was like Christopher Reeve not trying to be either. I mean, like in other things that he does, it's just Brandon Routh. This is what he's like. When you see the Atom, you get that kind of feel. When you watch him on Chuck, you get this kind of feel that, oh my God, this is the perfect person to play the Man of Steel. Did he have the perfect script? No, no. I mean, Ken Spacey was a great choice for Lex Luthor too, but it was another like land grab again. There was a lot of boringness to it, but there was a lot of stuff that I really enjoyed. Uh, when he basically tells her, so what can you hear? And she says like nothing. I hear everything. That got across to me what Superman has to go through and what he feels 10 times more than all of the emo shit that came over Man of Steel. And I like Man of Steel, but it really got it across to me. That other stuff didn't. Man of Steel was, yeah. Anyway, so there. I did enjoy Superman Returns for what it is, and I do watch it every once in a while. Brandon Routh, you got a raw deal. You should have been brought back. I have nothing against Henry Cavill. I just think that Superman hasn't been written the best yet, and I'm hoping to see more put into that character because he really deserves it. And if not, then just bring back Routh. He's really good. Okay. Next up is a set that I don't think I wouldn't want it, but I do actually. The Dark Knight trilogy. I know. I complain a heck of a lot about this guy, don't I? About Christian Bale. And I have number 123,844 of 141,500. I really do like these movies. As much as I rag on Christian Bale, and sometimes I rag on like the, especially the characterization. Batman quitting for 7 or 8 years was utter bullshit. That was a horrible idea. They're fun movies. I do actually really like these films. Christopher Nolan did spend a lot of time and a lot of work into making these movies, like more than just your average superhero films. And people kind of forget that. I forget that sometimes. I forget how much work that he put into actually making this saga and really having thought behind it. It took me a while to get used to Heath Ledger's Joker. It really did. Because I grew up with Nicholson's Joker, and it was so entrenched, and Heath Ledger definitely went in a different direction with it. I wasn't sure if it was the right direction at first. It's not my Joker. But it is still one of the greatest villains I've ever seen on screen. Heath Ledger literally put out one of the greatest villains I've ever seen on screen. Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, Mark Hamill, those are some amazing actors. And you've got to be to play that character. You really do. It comes with a letter from Christopher Nolan. I'm wanting to rewatch these again, give them like another thing. Because I feel like when I watched these originally, that a lot of it to me was I had such an entrenched vision of my Batman that I think it may have affected some of my watching of the film. And that's being totally honest with you guys. That there may have been I went back to watch the Halloween movies again. Last Halloween to see if maybe that that my love of the originals didn't affect my thoughts on Rob Zombie's Halloween. It didn't. It was a horrible film. But this I think if I watch it again, I'm going to have a different view of it, and I'm actually probably going to like Bale a lot more than I originally did. So we have the book thing here, so you guys can see it. Let me bring it down here like this. So we have Batman Begins, the first movie. I have the 2 discs for the Dark Knight. It's an incredible picture of Ledger there. And right here it is. Dark Knight Rises. What's the next one? And bonus disc. I have not watched this in this set yet. I had all these on Blu-ray before. I actually gave them to a charity shop, the old ones I have. Some great like pictures in here as well. So let's just look at these. It's a book. Pictures. See how long it's been since I looked at this? It's a picture book. I really need to like give this one another viewing. I knew there's some pictures in here. It's like a very artsy looking actually. I do kind of dig some of them. Some men just want to watch the world burn. We got Roz there. Wait, what's that? Oh, Scarecrow. Sorry, guys. Oh, Two-Face. And Bane. Very cool. I got this set at Costco. Just couldn't pass it up. It was just too nice of a set. Kind of wondering if there's anything extra on that disc now. So the last but not least, and I could take them out, I actually kept them in, but I'll show you guys. There's the 3 vehicles from the film. I was never a fan of vehicles, to be honest with you. I just never really got like into them as much. I love the 80s like vehicles for the. That's one place that I don't think there's going to be any type of winning meal. I didn't like the vehicles at all. So this is the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm very proud to have that. And there's more. So I also have, of course, Batman the Animated Series, because still my favorite Batman. You get it like this here. Let's see if you can see there. You can see the Batman Animated Series kind of like logo thing on it. It opens up like this. You get a book on it. I have watched this, by the way, a few times. Some great art on here, just like so. You get there's 2 volumes, as you can see right here. One of them does Batman end up having sex with Batgirl in. I don't know right now. So Batman volumes 1 and volume 2. It's pretty much just like carried over from the animated series volumes, which I had some of, so, and I still have some actually. Harley Quinn, she's very famous now. And that's volume 3 and volume 4. We got like Robin on the back. Oops, and then this slip come out. So, whoa, I gotta fight for a second, guys. Looked at that and I saw disc 2, and I'm like, did I lose disc 1? Anyway, it's just like the normal stuff. Nightwing, Batgirl, 2 that were actually together. And there's like a bonus feature disc on here as well. Not a lot on actually. But definitely, this is a set worth having. Especially if you're a Batman. If you're a Batman fan, like, you really gotta have it. If you've played the video games, you really owe it to yourself to watch the animated series. It's a very, very good series. I know that it's for some people they'll okay, yeah. Batman Beyond. I kinda like to see a lot of action movie. That's probably the only person, but of course, like the other one, it has the again, the complete series as well. We get another art book in here. It's been a while. It's been a long day. Got the jokers and splicers and all that. And on the inside, we got this here, the animated series. So I'm just gonna take this out really quickly and show you guys. So it's the whole thing here. Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. Again, of course, the special features bonus disc. I like the way these are packaged. Sorry guys, I had to move I'm getting old. My back's starting to hurt me. Ancientness, that's what it is. And my piece de resistance. Without this, there would be no Batman. There would be no Superman. There would be no Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad or any of that. Because this proved that superheroes were marketable on basically in a television and movie medium. It has also been said that Batman was actually on the verge of having his comic canceled before this series came about. So it's the Batman 60 series. I love this series. I think it is absolutely fantastic, and the movie was fantastic too. And still to this day, it's probably one of the best. Batman in it is he's the Batman of his time. The villains are there. There's no origin story. There's no wasting any time. It pretty much just starts up and it takes off as from action sequence to you get to meet. You get to see Bruce. You get to see Dick. You get to see him hurt. And you get to see the way that the unmasking Catwoman at the end of the film makes him feel. Batman 1966, the film, which I'm not going to show right here, this is the box set for the TV series, is so underrated, it's not even funny. But this is awesome. Like everybody else in the world that loves superheroes, I had spent my entire life dreaming of getting this here box set. To see this come out. When this was announced, oh man, it blew me away. The fact that this was going to be a thing, this was going to really happen. So let's look at what it gave. Yeah. Let's open this up. So, is there like a somewhere here? So it's kind of like magnetic. So it opens up like this. As you can see, there's the Batmobile, and this is the Batmobile, like the ultimate Batmobile. Also has a pack of cards, and they're like trading cards. I'll show you. I'll take them all out, but I'll show you kind of like what they look like. It's like there. There's 44 cards, and there was actually, I think this is actually reproductions of those cards. So I'll just pull one or two out at random, just to give you kind of an idea. Kind of like the old cool. It's awesome. It's really awesome. So, starts out first with the Adam West scrapbook, which is pretty cool. We get to the Batcave there. Some different stuff. Next up, we get the Epic episode guide, because series, although it's, only went like 3 seasons, it's still like there's write-ups on every episode, pictures. Just amazing the way this was done. And we'll talk about the bonus disc too on this one. They actually are nice enough to give you like So first up is season 1. We got Burgess Meredith's the Penguin. It's incredible, and of course the Riddler, one of my favorite characters, by the way. Alfred there, Alan Napier. It's a 3-disc set. I actually, as soon as I got this, I rarely use like digital codes and stuff, but as soon as I got this, I put the digital code there so I could actually watch this whenever I wanted to. Season 2. It's beautiful. Julie Newmar as Catwoman. There's King Tut on the back. The great Vincent Price and Mr. Freeze. I can't remember his name right now. Sorry, guys. This is a 6-disc set. Love the way this is done, by the way. One of the greatest Batman villains of all time, the Joker. And it is the Cesar Miro version, which is actually pretty cool. I love the fact that he got this kind of like candid like picture of Commissioner Gordon and the other cop, can't remember his name right now, on the back. It's very different. We have Yvonne Craig, of course, with the amazing luring Batgirl. It's a 4-disc set. 4-disc special features. So this one here had like the digital codes for it, and I don't usually care about those because I never used to watch the digital stuff, but I did put it on for my iPad for when I'm traveling. The bonus feature disc had a Holy Memorabilia Batman. Journey with Adam West of the guys is through a museum where the collection of radio personality Ralph Garman's Smodcast. Hang with Batman featurette. Batman Reborn, Building the World of Batman, Bats of the Round Table, Inventing Batman in the Words of Adam West, None Batman, Bat Rarities, Straight from the Vault. Just a lot of really, really cool stuff in here. And it's just amazing that actually a lot of this got done. So you got like the villains here. Villain the Joker, villain King Tut, villain Mr. Freeze. Someone tell me his name. I can't. It's killing me that I can't remember that name. But there we go. That is my Batman and Superman collection. My box sets. And how do you end a set? One like this? Only one way. Mr. Cavell, Mr. Affleck, you got a lot to live up to, but I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, and for me right now, just watch for my next video. Hopefully it'll be very soon. Same tea time, same tea channel, and for me right now it is time for tea. Hey there, so I had an idea. I'm thinking that I may actually, sometime very soon, crack open and like actually start getting in and watching this set. So if anyone is actually interested in me, somebody that wasn't a huge fan at the time, going back and reassessing and reviewing the Nolan trilogy, let me know. And that's where I'll leave it for tonight. I want to go grab some food. My tea is literally at the perfect temperature. Oh, that's so good. I just tasted some, and I'm very excited to get back to it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited to get back to my tea. Thank you for watching, guys, and understand when I say something about whether I like something or I don't like something, that's my basis on that's my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of Christian Bale as Batman. He may be your favorite Batman. I really didn't like the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. Those may be your favorite Halloween movies. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It doesn't mean that I'm more right. It just means that I probably grew up in a different era, or I just took them in a different way than you did. And there's nothing wrong with that. If we all had the same opinion, it would be a very, very boring place. Thank you so much for watching, and I think Nolan's a really great director. I owe it to relook at those, to go into those films again. I know when I did start to watch Dark Knight, a bit of it on TV one night, and I think my son was watching it or something. I was way, way more impressed with a lot of what's out than when I first saw it. I had way too many expectations and preconceived notions going in. But who knows? That could be that could be a video. That could be a series of videos. But there's more box sets in this box sets to come in this series of box set videos, of course. There will be some pretty epic stuff. You can look behind me to get like a view on like how epic the box sets can get, and for in some case, so it's, yeah, like the Harry Potter one, how ginormous. Thanks for watching. Perfect, perfect tea temperature. Time for tea.